everybody.
Yeah.
This salad here is going to be a little iffy.
Oh, is that? Why is that? Has it been sitting out for a bit?
It's probably been sitting for most of the day. I prepped almost half the stuff this morning for it. All right. The neat thing is we had a lot of, from the Mexican market, we had a lot of meats we got, and we cooked up last night on the grill.
Oh, nice.
So rather than, I normally would grill, I normally would cook up hamburger and put like make a taco seasoning of some sort. Yeah. I said, no, I'm using this fajita meat.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. No.
I like it.
So we weren't here last week, but did you miss me?
Of course I did. Why would I not miss you? Come
on. So we had a great experience. We took a week off. Gwen and I were in Boston last week for her opening a gift shop in downtown Boston. So I went up with her, and I haven't been to downtown Boston since 1990. It was the last time I was there.
Wow, that's a long time.
That is a long time because there's this green belt there that used to be the highway when I lived there.
Okay.
Through downtown, and it's not. It's down underground now. So while we were there, I didn't go in, but we went and got a picture at Cheers.
Oh.
All right. I just really wasn't into going in to get a beer at Cheers.
Okay.
Because I know it's different than what the TV set.
Right.
I don't want that illusion, so I just didn't go in. Okay. But we did. We were able to because we did the downtown tour, and they told us in Charlestown about this bar or pub that was there since 1680.
Oh, wow. Okay. It's been there for a little bit. Okay.
1680. All right. And it's called the Warren Tavern. Okay. And it was named after, I had the notes on it. Where did I do my notes? I put things on in our Facebook, I think our Facebook or Instagram page about it. So it was named after a famous war hero that had he not died, they said he was very, very famous. He probably would have been our first president.
Okay.
So, and the myth behind it was they have never changed the bar top. It is still the same bar in there that has been there since 1680. And they said, people like George Washington, Paul Revere, all right, all these people, they had a beer at that bar.
Yeah.
I had a beer at the same bar that the first president did, as well as Paul Revere. That was the coolest thing in the world for us. But anyway.
Okay.
And they also have really good oysters.
Wow. Yeah. Now.
We did a lot of cool experiences while we were up there. I want to say that was one of the coolest was there. One of the second coolest was we went to a seafood place, and I didn't write down the name of it, but I had it, but I erased it off my phone for the reservation.
Okay.
That was a really good seafood place, very, 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 very pricey. So very, very expensive up on the up near. It was up near where the Red Sox play.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Up near Fenway. And then we had great oysters, great, some great. I think Gwen had I had scallops, and Gwen had I forget what she had, but she had good quality champagne.
Oh, okay.
We didn't get the cheap stuff. When we were going expensive,
Yeah, I was gonna say if you want something good, sometimes you just gotta.
Sometimes you just gotta do it. So, but at the Warren Tavern, we actually had beers. And they had several different things on tap, and we kind of just picked one and we went through it. For dinner, of course, I had my whiskey as normal, as well as I forget what else I had with it, but and then we had waters. Okay. The third coolest place in Boston we went to was a pizzeria joint.
Okay.
All right, and literally the night we got there, we probably arrived at our hotel about 9:30 p.m., but we hadn't really eaten dinner. So we're like, let's find something close that's kind of open late. And it was a 5-block walk. 5 blocks, but Boston blocks are not that big.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all right. It's not a block like you and I are used to here in Texas. No, it's it was about a 15-minute walk.
Okay.
And it was called Upper Crust Pizzeria. And we had, thin crust pizza but we're talking slices like this.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
One of those.
So like we each got 2 slices and took about half of one slice home.
Okay.
All right, pretty much because of the fact we had it at our refrigerator, and that was the test of it. Because the next day we had that pizza for breakfast.
Oh, nice. Gotta have breakfast. That's the best.
That's the way you tell a pizza's good. Because we went to some other place and I can't remember where it was that we got the pizza, and when we got it, we brought it back, and the next day we opened it up to try it the next morning. It was so gross. I think that was in New York.
Okay.
Yeah, we threw it out. We're like, nah, we ain't even gonna eat this. It was so gross.
Right.
And that was so in New York, we went to like City. It was called City Beer Hall in downtown Albany, New York, just down from the Capitol. All right, they had probably about 25 different brews on tap from all over the country.
Nice.
So I've got one. I got them from. I got 2 New York ones. Gwen got one from Massachusetts, and I think I tasted one from Boston, and I tasted another one from I think New Hampshire.
You didn't see what was there from Oregon and Texas?
They did have some from Oregon, but I don't remember what they were.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, but it was a small. I mean, there was very few things that were the traditional Budweiser.
Right. No.
It was a lot of the tap anyway, on tap anyway. Right. And then we went for on tap. If we're going to experience a bar in a town like that, give me your on tap list.
Right.
Don't tell me what you got in cans, because I can get that at the local package store.
Right.
I want to taste what you got on tap, because chances are I'm tasting it in your town for the first time. And chances are I'm never going to taste it again. Yeah.
Right.
It's an experience that I never want to forget in your town. So, yeah.
Very cool.
Anyway.
All right.
How about you?
Well, I didn't have anything to drink last week. Usually I try to do a screen, like a live.
Yeah.
Last week was a tough week for me. I had a lot going on. And so didn't touch anything. It was at the office a little late, and then, got together with a friend, had a long conversation. It was just, I was done. I was done for the day after that. I just needed to not be around anybody.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a tough week. It was a tough week, but here we are. But one of the cool things was that my neighbor had a golf tournament. I had also been at a golf tournament, but I was volunteering with the chamber. He had a golf tournament with the business he works for, because he's a chef. And so I got, for my taco salad, I got to have some delicious adobo carnitas. And so I did some ground beef stuff, but adobo carnitas for tacos was absolutely delicious. So that is what is in my taco salad, is the adobo. Then I made some ground beef stuff over here. The cotija, which is on top. It's almost like a feta, if you want to compare it to something. Of course, you got the avocados, the pico, and then my little tomatoes. This was a blend of cheddar and other cheeses. And then, of course, I had to put some sweet and spicy chips on top, and romaine lettuce at the bottom. The one thing I didn't throw in here that would have gone very well is the cabbage, because with pork, cabbage goes very well. And so I'm pretty proud of my little salad. And I put together, I had all this stuff, but I put it together right before the podcast started, and I did heat up my meat. Right now it's probably lukewarm, if not cold, but I didn't need it, ice cold. So I also have plenty of limes over here.
I didn't slice up a lime, but I have some lime juice to squirt. But yeah.
Okay. Oh, there it is.
But I have the blue organic chips, as I had with mine, to go on. Yeah.
So I do have some chipotle. I did have a crema. There was an avocado crema, but you know how with avocado, sometimes the color changes and I get about it. So I went with, this is like more of a chipotle sauce. So when it comes to a taco salad, you can do so much more. You can add black beans in here. You can add black olives. I didn't put any onions because my pico had some onions in it. You can do ground beef. You can do chicken. You can do any type of lettuce, really. A romaine and an iceberg are the best because they can hold up to all the toppings, whereas like a spring mix might just flatten up. So that's the nice thing. For your for your dressing, you can either do ranch or you can do just sour cream. You can use your guac if you want as your dressing. You can put olive oil and lime juice, or you can make your own, something fun. So play with it. It's about your experimenting and see what you like, and then going from there. So that's what I did with my taco salad and the side. And then, of course, I brought out some of my tequilas. Of course, I got Lalo's. Of course.
Yep.
You know what? We need a picture of that because, we like Lalo's.
We're always in sync on the Lalo's.
Yeah, it's one of those things that we can't, oh, love it. So I have the Lalo's, and of course, this is kind of fun. So, of course, I got my Tesoro Añejo. This was made by Stafford Liquor. It's their barrel. This was a bottle number 228 of 240. And I have my Tesoro poster, so it's one of those fun ones that are a slate. So I had to bring these out to have with my Tesoro. This one, so you got my silver or blanco. Of course, the single barrel, this is the añejo. And then, of course, I have this other one, which is my, I always forget which one this is, Reserva. So this is another añejo, but this is a Reserva, and this is a black, so I have that. And then, of course, the one thing that just kind of sits in the back, because I have to show the silver, the reposado, and the añejo. So this is like in the middle, but it is el jimador. I had the pleasure of tasting Tres Generaciones this weekend. It was absolutely delicious. And then there was the azul, something azul, which I almost brought, but since I had Lalo and it was a silver, I didn't feel the need for it. But I had to pull this one out just because it's the reposado. It's got to be there. So I did that. And I got to get a picture of at least these two. Oh,
I did bring my ice cubes in because I was going to put some ice with this.
Yes.
I got to go get ice cubes. I'll be right back.
Okay. So y'all, when it comes to tequila, this is the fun part of it, is that you, similar to like a vodka, where it's a very versatile liquor, and you can do so much with it. And unlike a vodka, tequila has its own complex profile. And that's the beauty of it. If you have a good vodka, it's going to have no flavor in it or very little flavor in it unless it's infused. That's the other beauty about vodka and tequila. You can infuse them. I had a spicy watermelon infused jimador margarita, and it was absolutely delicious. They actually infused the jimador tequila, it's a silver, with watermelon. So it tasted very yummy. But again, the tequila will bring some earthiness, a little bit of sweetness of that blue agave. It pairs very well with either citrus, with spice, with sweetness, and even with bitter ingredients. So you can play with it. And you always want to have a good balance, and you want to have a good tequila that you're trying, because I will tell you, you will have a headache the next day. But tequila is one of those that has the least amount of calories, when you're comparing it to other spirits. So that is the beauty of it. And again, you have your blanco, your reposado, your añejo. You want to get a tequila that's mid-range. It's going to cost you between $25 and $45. You can go cheaper. Don't. You can go more expensive. Hey, if you're doing that, do not mix it. That is one that you're going to put into a pretty glass and you're going to sip and you're going to enjoy. With tequilas, a lot of people freeze them or do something to make them cold. But truly, to get the best flavor of a tequila, you want it at room temperature. And always make sure that it says 100% blue agave on the label. They are controlled, so it's very specific. When it comes to the laws of Mexico, if it's being called tequila, it has to be made in that specific area of Mexico to be able to call it tequila. Just think fresh juices, your pretty silverware, and then the quality of the ice that you're using. And if you are going to be putting a rim, one of the beautiful things to do is just put a little bit of, it depends on what you're going to be rimming it with, but either lemon or even simple syrup. If you are using simple syrup, make sure that you drip it off, because otherwise it'll start coming down. And do it at a 45-degree angle and only do a part of it. So instead of going all the way around, although it does look pretty, sometimes if you want just a very sexy drink, or just kind of have it pop, sometimes you'll see it where it's just on this end, and it just looks beautiful. So, think of those things. There's also, you can do shot glasses, but we're not 22 years old. So a shot glass, we're not doing cheap tequila. We're doing some nice tequila. So enjoy them, put them in a pretty glass. But I had to show this from the Dos Carnales Tequileria. It says dream big, drink tequila. And I had to bring this out because it's just pretty. It was fun. It's made from it's not glass. Oh my goodness. It's almost like a tile. I forgot what the material is. But this one, I got it when I did one of the tastings. But look at the detail. You can actually feel all the dots right there. So it's kind of fun. You can do one of my clients, what they do is that they put the tequila in wine cubes. But you can put it in a nice glass like this. So it's not anything that you absolutely need to have a shot of tequila, but you can chase it with a beer, so you can have your shot of tequila and beer. So that always makes it fun. The other thing that I did bring out, which I thought would be a little different, is all my different mixers, but also your ice. So what I did with my ice is that this one was an ice cube that I made with cranberry juice, bitters, and here's a slice of orange in there. Absolutely delicious. And then, of course, for that, I brought my nice glass for that.
Yeah.
To make it fun. So you can do a lot of fun things. You can use tonic water, ginger beer, clamato, zigzag, something like that to make like a Bloody Maria. And then you can just use some sparkling water. This one's the mojito. This one is absolutely delicious. This is one of the ones I'm going to be making. Or I had this one because I was drinking it. I'm not done with it, but the Chow Cherry from San Pellegrino.
Is that energy drink or just chilled water?
No, it's actually fizzy water. And then, of course, you can do something like a ice and add that to it. This is my black cherry. So you can do all sorts of different things with your tequila to play with it and have fun. So those are some options. Just saying.
I dug something out that I thought while I was at the market that I might want to mix with it. And you tell me if it's a good combination.
Oh, yeah. Nice. The mandarin jarritos. I love jarritos. Oh, my goodness. So yummy.
So I got that. Then, of course, now this is something you wouldn't get, but I got a Q mixer that is grapefruit seltzer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because I don't like grape. I don't like
you don't like grapefruit, but yeah, I'm like, why not?
You can make a paloma with that. Yeah.
Got me this. All right. But I still have this mixer that I got a couple weeks ago that we did. Time was the strawberry daiquiri mix.
Right.
Still refrigerated. So I could try that. And of course, I've got some of the typicals.
Oh yes, pineapple juice.
Pineapple juice. I have a pineapple and mango, but I'm not going to use this one, but I have it.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to tell you something that you can mix with tequila and it worked just fine.
Okay.
But I wouldn't do it with my expensive tequila because I drink that all by itself.
Okay.
Just some old-fashioned lime juice, baby.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. There are so many different things that you can do with tequila. Of course, you got your classic margarita. You want to use a reposado, which is your Jimador, Contro, or triple sec, and then fresh lime juice. That is something that you could do, and salt the rim or use the tajin. So those are a couple of different ways you can do that. Then you can also make a paloma. So something that Tim can do is using the lalo, lime juice, grapefruit juice, or what he has the Q there. And because he has Q, he probably does not need simple syrup nor the
I don't even have it on the table.
Okay.
That's how much and guys, I haven't opened this.
Yeah, this is probably it's going to be your grapefruit juice, your simple syrup, and your soda water all in one. And that one you want to use a flaky sea salt. Those are fun. And fruit wedge for garnish. So that's kind of a fun one. Then, of course, your tequila sunrise, which is your tequila, your orange juice, and your grenadine. The whole thing with the tequila sunrise is that it has that grenadine at the bottom and then the orange juice at the top. So it looks like a sunrise where it's light to dark. And then a sunset is the other way around. So that's a tequila sunrise. Then one thing I can do is your ranch water, which is tequila, lime juice, and your Topo Chico or other sparkling. So it would be like a LaCroix here. This one is a mojito flavor, so I don't know that it would just add a little bit of something in there with your lime wedge. So super simple, which is what I love to do is just put the LaCroix, the tequila, lime juice, and that's it. It's just so refreshing. It's almost like a ranch water. Your Mexican mule. So that one, you're going to have your tequila, your lime juice, and your ginger beer. Yep. And you can put it in a Moscow mule.
You mentioned that with the with the ranch water with the lime juice, right?
Right. Yes.
Hold on, because I have something right in the refrigerator. I'm going to try on this because we've been talking to the people who have this company.
Okay. Very cool. Yeah.
I think you know where I'm going with this. Some liquid death. I got liquid death seltzer mountain water. So it's not the regular water, it's the seltzer one. So I might try that one.
Yeah. So the recipe calls for 3 ounces of tequila, 1.5 ounces of lime juice, and 4 ounces of your sparkling mineral water, and then put your lime wedge or lime wheel with ice. So that's what you want to serve it. So that would be in a highball like that. And so that one, that's what you can do with that one. So I think that'll be perfectly done. And then another one that you might, unless you don't have Campari, but your Blanco tequila, your Campari, grapefruit juice, lime juice, simple syrup. Because of what you have, I would say just use that and omit the simple syrup. But that is your siesta because it's going to knock you out. And then the other thing is your tequila sour. That's because you're putting both lemon and lime juice, your Angostura bitters, your simple syrup, tequila reposado, and a true tequila sour should have egg white that is dry shaken, so then you get that little, all the poofiness at the top, that foam. So that is a true tequila sunrise. Then you got your Bloody Maria, which is, what you're going to...
Or Bloody Mary with tequila.
Yep, instead of vodka. And then your Oaxaca old fashioned. I don't have any mezcal, that's why I'm not doing that, but your reposado, which would be, not that one, I'm pulling up my añejo. My reposado, 1.5 ounces, a half ounce of mezcal, agave syrup or honey, and then chocolate bitters. Now, I could have, and I didn't. I have a Oaxaca mixer that was from one of the Portland, they make different mixers, and that would have been perfect. That would have been just awesome. I did not grab it, and I was in my fridge grabbing all the stuff for the podcast, and I completely forgot to grab that. And I'm looking at it going, what can I pull from here? What else do I need? Forgot.
All right. So have you made the decision which 3 you're going to do?
I'm going to do, so the first thing I'm going to do is this one with the big cube, and I'm going to throw in some of this one I'm thinking maybe the tonic might go well. I'm definitely going to do the LaCroix with the lime juice and the lime wedge and the Lalo tequila. I think that will be very refreshing. I was really thinking about the light tonic and then also the ginger beer, because ginger beer is always fun. So that's those are the ones.
I haven't heard a definitive I'm doing yet. I've heard of I could do a lot.
Yes, I know.
I want a definitive. What are you gonna do, girl?
Definitely this one with the lime juice and Lalo's. So that's a definite. Will do. So I have my.
I'm going to try my experiment that I wasn't planning.
There you go.
Right here, baby. And now I'm going to do a little bit different because I only brought small glasses in today. So I'm going to do a little bit different mixture, and I'm going to do. Would you normally shake it or would you stir it?
I would stir it.
I'm going to stir because I don't want to rattle too much.
Yeah.
But I think earlier today I was drinking the seltzer water. I added some lime juice to it anyway.
Okay.
So this one here isn't going to be much different
And
than
I'm
what I
only
did
doing
when
1.5
I added some
ounces.
tequila today.
Oh, there you go. Oh, that smells really good. Yeah, I'm doing 1.5 ounces and oh, there it is. Oh, my ice. I was almost forgetting my ice. Yeah, come on.
Yeah, I did the 1.5. I got everything measured out right. All right, in a small glass, not the larger glass. I may be heavier on tequila than I am everything else.
I'm going to try this before I add my tequila. I want to see if I like it.
Yeah.
Because if I don't like it, then I don't want to ruin my.
I do have 3 separate glasses because I was like, I don't know what I was gonna do.
Mhm.
That is very refreshing. This is now, you call this ranch water, and all this was Liquid Death mountain water, a lime juice, and basically 1.5 ounces of tequila over ice, stirred.
Yeah. There's also a tequila soda, which is soda water, reposado, and a couple of lime wedges. You know, so.
Now, I mean, and I had my salad. So basically, I bought a Southwest salad mix because I was trying to find a place to get the corn
Okay.
that I wanted.
Oh yeah, you can put some corn in there. Oh my goodness, there's so many things you can do.
And then I mean, I got some really good chopped up. What is this? Not really salsa, but
No, it's pico de gallo.
more pico de gallo than it is salsa. It was in a container labeled salsa, but I grabbed it because I'm like, I don't want to chop all that up.
Right. Yeah. No.
But I wanted to add it to my salad, and one of the things I got was a spicy chipotle ranch.
Okay.
To put onto it. But normally we've done our taco salads with just salsa.
Yeah.
I've normally just added, a salsa to it. And then I have the organic blue chips, which I love. I think mine are Tostitos this time. But I mean, almost everybody has those organic blue ones. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why the blue is not any different. Just because it's blue, it doesn't add anything to the flavor. But
right. It's different. Fun. It's adding the colors. I'm all about adding colors to what I'm eating. That's always one of the things that I've enjoyed. It's the colors.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then the other one is tonic water.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you can do tonic water and tequila also. So, okay.
So my first drink is the ranch water, and I'm going to tell you right now, I would sip on this all day.
Right? It's just nothing major, but it just tastes good. And so I'm going to have
and I think our original idea for doing this this series of 3 things that go with was to be clear alcohols and kind of refreshing drinks because it's summertime. I mean, it was 100 degrees here yesterday, okay? I don't want something that is a mediocre. I want something that's going to refresh the soul because it's hot. Oh, that is good. I'm going to come up with another one now because that goes well with my salad, and I could sit here and just eat it and be done for the night.
Yeah, you can also put either pickled jalapenos or fresh jalapenos. If you are using fresh jalapenos, make sure that you get rid of the seeds and the white that's the inside, because the white is where the spiciness is. So that way you get a little bit of a kick, a little bit of that tang without it burning your mouth. But because this dressing has a little bit of, it is chipotle, so it's got that little bit of a heat in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then the adobo is very strong. This just tones it right down, and I like that. That's a really good flavor. I would even put more lime in there, just because it.
I'll bet you never guess which one I'm going to experiment with next. I got this for this because I literally, when I was going through the market, I went, I got to try that.
Oh my goodness! Oh, the jarritos.
Yes.
The orange jarritos. Yeah.
No, you could get this in Kroger, but literally we have a Mexican meat market right next to us that like we swear by. We go there to get all of our fajita meat and and grill up. Now there's 2 of them in our town, and the small one, our neighbor from El Salvador, swears by, not the big one. We like the big one because it's easier to get in and out, and there's not usually a heavy line. The small one, there's a line that works halfway around the all the aisles.
Oh gosh,
because there's one checkout, and that's the better one because of the fact that there's always a line. But
of course. All right, so I made a mess of my poor dress.
But I mean, every time I go there, that's where I get my avocados.
Okay.
All right, that's where I get my meat. All right, it's where I got the corn, or it's where I got the pico today. I mean, those are things that I want to get there. They're just better. So yeah, we're gonna mix it up. Got a little bit of that in there, and I can add more of either. Oh God, just the taste of it, of tasting the spoon. I can't taste the tequila.
And it's the lalos you put in there?
Yeah. I can't taste the tequila.
That's scary.
You know what that means? When you can't taste the tequila.
It means it's delicious.
There's a minor line to 1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila floor. Yeah, that minor line that you don't never know where it is, but the minor line is, damn, she looks sexy. Damn, he looks good.
In other words, watch yourself.
In other words, yes, watch because right here, I'm going to tell you, if I would sit and sip on this, I'd get in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I gave this to Gwen, I would have a good night.
La la la.
La 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 la. Yeah. So we were watching a movie when we come home the other night. Actually, it was a Jason Bateman movie. I'm trying to think of some of the people who were in it. So Ben Affleck was in it. Kristen Wiig was his wife. And most of the conversation, the first half of the movie is I'm trying to get home at 8 p.m. She puts the sweatpants on. If the sweatpants are on, there's no chance tonight. And one of the first scenes they show her putting the sweatpants on, not pulling them up, but putting the sweatpants on, is tying the string. And she's tightening that sucker.
What's the name of the movie?
Huh?
What's the name of the movie?
It's like extract. It's something to do with because he has like an extract factory. All right. Well, anyway, we're watching that. The next morning, my wife goes, "I don't have sweatpants on."
That's cute.
Yeah, gotta love humor in life, ladies.
Yes. Now, is there any movie that you
drink?
Right? Is there any movie you think about when you think about tequila?
I'm going to go with it, and you're not going to agree with me.
Okay.
All right, and that is the Three Amigos.
That's where I was going. Oh my goodness.
It's like we don't have beer. What do you have? Tequila. Well, it's kind of like beer.
Well,
and they watch all of them taste it, and
no. And then they sang "My Little Buttercup."
My Little Buttercup.
Oh my goodness. That's exactly what I was thinking. If y'all have not seen the Three Amigos and you want a silly comedy, just you're gonna go, this is so stupid, so stupid. Yet
it's a Steve Martin movie. That's all I need to say.
Yeah, it is hilarious. I will give another piece of the plot away because I thought it was hilarious because she was trying to send them a message that the murder is horrible, all these things that El Guapo, and if you know what El Guapo means, it means handsome, and El Guapo was nothing but handsome, nothing like being handsome. And so, but she only had so much money to send this message. And so then the guy says, I'll give you the cheaper version. He erases everything and then says, reads it back to her. And then it says, come with the infamous. El Guapo. And then she goes, infamous? He goes, yeah, it means all those things. And she's like, oh, okay. He goes, and it saves you money too. So when they get this telegram for the three amigos, it's like they're reading it through. And then they said, come see, or come help with the infamous El Guapo. They're like, infamous? Like, yeah, more than famous. He's infamous. It's probably the best actor Mexico's ever seen. So they think that they're going to be acting in a movie with this infamous El Guapo. And so it is just downhill from there, but it is hilarious. Watch it, y'all. Oh my goodness. And if you're going to watch it, maybe call me and then we'll watch it together. And I will be quoting the movie the entire time. So the whole point was tequila in movies. It is like beer. So that's what you're going to remember. Tequila is like beer, at least if you're in Mexico.
Well, remember who came into the bar before them and said, hey, when my friends get in here, respect them.
Yes. The German.
The whole bar was afraid of these guys.
No. Yeah, the German.
That's
Are you?
The one with the plane.
Yes.
Remember the plane?
Yes. It's a mail plane.
Martin Short goes, it's a mail plane. How do you know? The two little bags underneath the back wing. Martin Short, great comedy. Anyway.
Okay.
I'm going to go my third one, even though I could sip on either one of my first two all night. I'll bet you never guess what I'm going to go for because it's something that you wouldn't do.
Grapefruit.
The grapefruit seltzer, which is very close to what the ranch water is going to be.
Well, it's going to be your version of the Paloma.
Yes. Without the, well, I'm not doing the.
You're not doing the soda and you're not doing the simple syrup because you don't need it because of what you have. That's the nice thing about some of these mixers. It makes it easier for you when you're making this to make it easier for you to make the drink without having all the ingredients. It makes it just super simple. So take it, allow Q and others to make life easier. And the funny thing is that I do have a keychain that says Q on it, and it is not because of a Q. But anyway, so 2 ounces of tequila blanco, 1/2 ounce of lime juice. He's going to put in the grapefruit juice and the simple syrup and the soda water all in one, which is 3.5 ounces total. And then we're going to see what he thinks of his Paloma.
Well, mine's just a half a Paloma.
No, I think it'll probably.
I like that. You still get the salt of the tequila.
Mm-hmm.
You still have the flavor of the grapefruit. All right. Now I've got no sweeteners because I just got the seltzer and I have the tequila.
Right. And that's okay because it should have the flavors in there already. That's why you have it. Kind of like this one. It's my spicy and robust premium ginger. And then the light tonic, so these should make life super duper easy to add it. So, and then of course I have my tomato cocktail. I don't know that I want to go there. I want it to be refreshing. So I'm thinking, I think the light tonic water would go just so beautifully. And then I can compare it to my premium ginger beer. Oh, I forgot about I wanted to let my.
While she's tasting that, one of the things I liked about this with tequila tonight, as opposed to what we did with vodka, with with other drinks in a clear, is a lot of the stuff I'm having tonight. I could drink the tequila by itself, just like very rarely I'm going to drink vodka by itself. On occasion, I would drink moonshine by itself, right? But tequila I would drink by itself. So I didn't go with and I have the strawberry daiquiri mixer. I could have done that. I decided not to do that. I decided not to do a mixer. I wanted to do simple add-ins tonight.
Right.
It still give me refreshing with tequila. And all three of mine have got a great refreshing taste. I could sit and sip on them all night. And if I finish all three, it will be a really good night. I'm going to go with the grapefruit one as my favorite.
Mm.
How about you? What you got? What's your last one?
I wanted to taste my soda water with the cranberry cube, but I wanted it to melt a little.
Yeah.
Of course, this one, you can tell that the color's already there, which is nice. That's actually very refreshing. I like it. I think the bitters and the cranberry juice just bring it all out. Of course, this one takes a little bit more time because you have to make the ice cubes ahead of time.
Yeah.
And I use the big ice cube maker, the silicone. Again, it's just, this one was cranberry apple, I think it was. And then a little bit of bitters, orange bitters, and the orange wedge that I put in there. And then just let it freeze. And then I popped them out, put them into a little container. And so it went into my ice bucket. So that's not bad. But I think my last one, I'm debating if I want to do ginger beer or light tonic water. I think the light tonic water will be nice and refreshing is my thought. So I'm thinking that's the direction I'm going to take. And that one, I'm going to use my other glass. I could pull another big glass, but I'm just going to go with the small glass here. And I could go with the reposado tequila for this one. Just change it up.
Yep.
Instead of using my my Lalo, I'm going to go with Jimador. We'll see how that goes with that one. Again, only 1.5 ounces. Actually, it might have been slightly less. And then I'm going to add my light tonic water. And I'm going to do my lime wedge in there. There we go. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, wow. It's so almost like when you do a gin and tonic, that's the flavor I'm getting, the flavor profile of a gin and tonic.
Wow.
So if you like a gin and tonic, do a reposado. And again, this is a light tonic water. I like this. I'm thinking my mojito flavored LaCroix with the lime juice and the tequila is my favorite. But this one's got that tang to it, because it's tonic water. So it's got a little bit of a bite to it. That normally goes very well with gin because it tones down the juniper flavors of the gin. But it pairs well. Now, flavors against my pork here, my adobo. I'm going to see how I like this. So I've got to get all the flavors. Oh, too much. Where's my lettuce? My lettuce doesn't want to come. Hold on. It does tone down the spiciness of the adobo, so that's a good thing. But I think that this one and this one, okay, tonic water.
Gin. Yeah, we did the gin. Was it last week or 2 weeks ago? We did the gin.
Yeah.
I don't drink gin a lot.
I don't either.
So yeah, gin didn't mix well with me because I don't. Now Gwen, my wife, and my mom, gin and tonics a lot. All right. And I will say the gin was not called not the martini, but it was called the Gibson.
Yeah, with gin.
With gin. My wife and Don, who used to be the bass player for Eddie Money and for Air Supply, sat at a bar in Los Angeles one time. The three of us are sitting there drinking, and Don and my wife had a half-hour discussion about giblets.
Oh, nice.
And Don was on a call with us on one of our mastermind calls, and remembers my wife from that conversation.
Nice. You know,
I think that was also the time I introduced Don to somebody who was on his show. Don does a very good podcast on the Dave Pratt Radio Network, the Star Worldwide Network down there in Arizona.
Mhm.
Dave Pratt, great guy. I was on his network for years with my Tim Gillette show. But Don does a show on there, I think every Tuesday or Thursday night. So yeah.
So that's not too bad. I like that. A little different, not what I normally would do. This is also something I normally would not do, but I still had a couple of ice cubes and I said, I got to use them, got to play with them, see how I like it. And the beauty of something like this is that you can add more of your soda water in there, and it'll stay nice and cold.
Oh, we're gonna do that spoon.
So you can adjust it as you like based on how's it tasting. Do you need a little bit more, or if you just are thirsty and you need a little bit more hydration, throw in some more water in there. There's nothing wrong with that. Well,
I didn't put this in with my salad, but considering we were having Mexican type theme, one of the things my daughter made, she made some rice to go with dinner tonight, but she made it and added some cilantro into it. So I have cilantro rice to go here with my stuff, and I'm just gonna enjoy it because if you hadn't had cilantro rice yet, huh?
Did she do cilantro lime or just cilantro?
Just cilantro. There's no lime in it.
Well, growing up, one of the things that my mom would do, and I still do it sometimes, she would make my mom did not measure the rice or the water. Her rice was perfect all the time. She just had that gift. 2-to-1 ratio, y'all, in case you don't know. But what she would do sometimes is either throw a couple of scallions or just, grab the cilantro, wash it, throw it on there. And so then it would just infuse the rice with that little bit of flavor of the scallion or a little bit of the flavor of the cilantro. And then she wouldn't serve the cilantro, but some of the pieces would stay in there. And then the flavors were already in there. And she would just toss the cilantro because, of course, it gets wilted to like mushiness.
Well, yeah. If you look at the rice, so you can see the cilantro with dark color in there.
Yeah, the little pieces in there.
Yeah, it's usually a very, very light color when it's natural.
Yeah. And there's 2 ways of doing it. You either put it into the rice, or once the rice is done, you chop up the rice. Now, chop up the cilantro. One of the things with cilantro is it's very delicate and it will bruise. So make sure that when you are cutting it, you do it one of 2 ways. You either break it with your fingers and throw it in there, or try to like bunch it up together and you do that one, like you're not going back and forth because you're going to bruise it. So you just want one pass and then you turn it and then you do one pass again. And that should be it. So when you are cutting it, you want to make sure you get as close to as possible because you're going to have some big pieces. Because once you bruise the cilantro, the flavor does change. Some people care. And then it looks kind of mushy.
I have always cut with scissors.
That's the other
way. And cut it with scissors.
Okay.
Because I'm never going back to that same area. Anyway, that's the third way to do it. But truthfully, that's the idea. That's the one thing most people make about cilantro is one direction cut. Yep. You do not slice. It's a one direction cut with cilantro.
Correct.
And it will totally affect the taste.
Yeah, basil is the same way. Basil is delicate. It will bruise. So with basil, you put the leaves together, you roll them up, and then you go.
Yes.
And with basil, you will have strips. So basil, you're not chopping it, you're not cutting it. Basil is roll, and you're going to have these little strips, and that's okay. With cilantro, it's a little bit hardier, so you can actually flip it and then do it again. But again, you got to hold it, and you got to be so tender with it. So if you're in doubt, just cut it with your fingers or scissors. I love the idea of scissors.
I do too. I mean, we now have kitchen scissors. That's all those scissors are there to be is in the kitchen for cutting up that stuff. Gwen again, when it comes to cooking, Gwen's more into cooking than I am. So I'm a basic guy. And this goes back to, so yesterday we were working at over at our rental property, and there's a McDonald's next door. On the way over, I stop at McDonald's, and I still till this day at McDonald's at least once or twice a month, if not more, I get a basic cheeseburger, maybe two. No French fries,
Right.
no fancy drink, no, just a cheeseburger. And the reason being is when I was broke and homeless, I had no money, and like I was living on $70 a week. That cheeseburger two cheeseburgers twice a day. Back then they were 70 cents each.
Right.
All right. So it was like for $3, I was eating 2 meals a day for $3, right? Type deal. And I ended up getting a double cheeseburger as well. But it's one of the things. And we talked about how the things she likes to cook, and she loves to do them. Me, I would eat the same thing over and over again every week. All right. Now, I don't love to eat that all the time, but if I had to, I would eat the same thing until I'm sick of it, and then I'll go eat something else until I'm sick of it, because I'm a what's the simplest way I can get it? I can make it, clean it, or eat it, clean it up, all right, and go back to work.
Right. I'll tell you. So way back when, 30 years ago, I had a boss, and oh my goodness, he was very myopic. When he got focused on something, smart as can be. I think he had like 150 IQ, super smart. What he did was that he wanted to pay off this little pickup truck that he bought. And in order to pay it off, all they were eating every day, him and his wife, was pasta, like spaghetti, for 2 years. So he could keep the truck in 2 years. I'm like, I don't know how much I want to pay something off that I would eat pasta for 2 years. I mean, if I had $1 million of something that I want to pay off, well, then maybe I'll suck it up, Buttercup. But for a pickup truck, no. I'd say, honey, let's do the 4-year plan.
I don't think that's to do with the pickup truck. I think that's more to do with the fact that he felt that pickup truck payment, not the truck, the payment was a prison. He wanted to break out of that prison. And that's the truth of, all right, when you're in, I'm just analogy, you're in prison, there is a certain food they give you to get through your time. They've got to feed you. And when you think about, all right, and this is me because I've always thought freedom. It's what my whole coaching program has been around, is freedom. I'm willing to put myself in jail to do something to get free. All right, for a period of time. If I've got to spend 18 months in jail to be free for the rest of my life, I'll do it. All right. If you remember back to another movie, Armageddon.
Oh, yes.
When they had their list of demands. Oh, and none of them want to pay taxes ever again. Mm-hmm. They're like, yeah, we'll risk losing our life, but we ain't paying taxes no more. Right. Why? Because the type of work they did, they paid a lot in taxes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a point to the freedom jail thing of that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness. You brought me back that I went, oh my goodness, they did ask for that. The demands.
Wait a minute. Every time I watch that movie, I quote that word for word every time.
Ever.
Like you own a business and you understand what it's like to do taxes every year.
Right.
You do not understand that. None of us want to pay taxes. Ever.
I know. It's so specific.
I guess I didn't.
Okay. Robert, you need to tell us what the Mount Fuji rice.
Yeah, we don't know what the Mount Fuji is on that. So
don't make me look it up.
Robert, you better put that into a comment there, buddy.
Yeah.
In the meantime, while we're doing that, there's a couple things we want to mention out. I'm going to go in here and do them real quick. Number one is this one.
That's right.
Go ahead, tell them. I figured I was going to let you tell them.
Oh, I thought you were going to do it. The Insiders Club, y'all, make sure you go to Like the Way You Drink, because you want to know the things that are coming up. Where are we going to be? What are the exciting activities that we get to do? You've seen some of my posts. You've seen some of my Facebook Lives. If you were part of our Like the Way You Drink Insiders Club, you would have known that's where I'm going to be. Now, mind you, a lot of you are not in Oregon, so you haven't been able to make it. Some have messaged me and saying, I'd like to be there, but I'm doing whatever. So join the Insiders Club. It is free to join. You have to be 21 or over to join, and we will invite you to these events. Tim and I are getting together in August.
Just saying, there's something happening in August for the Insiders.
That's right. And we will probably get together one more time this year. And then next year, we'll probably do 3 to 4 events. And we want to invite you. And it might be in your state. Definitely Oregon, definitely Texas. But then again, we might be somewhere else in the country because Do Drink will travel.
Well, I was going to say, because we found out, all right, I've not been to Massachusetts in 35 years. And we did find out that there's the oldest tavern in Massachusetts. It was an experience.
He was so excited. He texted me. He's all my goodness. And I was like,
Gladys from the pub.
Guess what? He didn't send me any pictures.
They're all on our Facebook page, by the way. If you're not subscribed to our Facebook page, do so.
Or YouTube. Y'all share if you've liked it, if you've learned something, if you think we're goofy, we're funny, share with your, make sure you follow us, share with your tribe. YouTube and Facebook is where I tell people to go because we're showing you, we are putting our drinks, we are putting our food up in your face. Hard to describe. All right,
here we go.
So this is what the Fuji rice cookie method is. You put your hand in the pan with the rice, add water up to the top of the knuckle of your middle finger. Bring rice and water to boil. Make sure you take your finger off before you bring
I think you take your finger off, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, but anyway.
Then put the stove on low, cover, and come back in 20 minutes. So normally what I do, great idea, Robert. I love that. It was funny. There was a comedian, it might have been Joe Coy, that was talking about that. He did not call it the Mount Fuji rice cookie method. He just said the way his mother would cook rice. Well, how do you know? It's like, to here. And I was like, what is here? Does it matter? And your finger.
To here, right to here.
So,
sorry.
What I normally do is that I have my water kettle. So I will heat up my water and then I toast. So I toast my rice. Growing up, that's what we did. We toasted the rice and then it was 1 cup of rice to 2 cups of water, but my water is already boiling. So one of the things that I do is that I add my chicken bouillon, the noir, in there and I toast my rice and I throw it in there. Then I add my 2 cups of water. I make sure that I mix and that all the noir is nicely dissolved. Then I put it on low, I cover it. And it seems, because I have an electric stove, 15 minutes. 20 minutes is too long for an electric stove. So know your altitude and know your stove. Start it at 15. If it's not ready yet, it's got to be fluffy. If it's not quite fluffy or if there's still water in there, then leave it if there's still water in there, leave it 5 minutes. If there's no water in there, but you're not sure, then leave it 2 minutes and check on it. Then give it another minute and check on it. And then give it another minute and check on it. And then you fluff it up. But I like that. Okay.
This reminds me of another movie when you're talking about cooking.
Which one? Ratatouille?
No.
Because that's one of my favorite movies to watch as I cook is Ratatouille. No.
I'm going to talk about one, not cooking rice, but there's something else they talked about cooking on the movie.
All right, tell us.
What's grits. That?
I've not seen that.
If there was a movie that actually talked about cooking grits,
okay,
if you know it, put it in the chat. I think you kind of all know it when I'm saying it, but where the guy goes, well, what kind of grits do you make? Instant grits? No, Southerner cooks instant grits.
You are reminding me of my cousin Vinny.
That's it. My cousin Vinny.
I love that movie.
No Southerner cooks instant grits.
That's right. Another movie to watch, y'all. When it comes to pegging somebody or, it's, you can't judge a book by its cover. And there are 3 characters in here, well, maybe 4, that this comes so true. So true. So Robert, he was given a rice cooker. So he did do the Mount Fuji recipe for a long time until he got a rice cooker. I will tell you, I was given a rice cooker when I was 27 years old. And I was so offended. Do these people think that I don't know how to make rice? And I don't.
I do have a coffee maker as well.
I have a
think I don't know how to make coffee.
picture.
I'm just using the analogy to show you what that sounded like. I just have tools to make it simpler.
Yeah, no, I was 27 years old. I was so used to cooking, and for somebody to insult, I felt like it was an insult. I was like, "Do you not think I know how to cook?" But that's a long time ago, and yet I still remember. Okay. So y'all,
for cooking, because me as a guy, all right, I will tell you that during my single days, when I had an old pickup truck, I used to keep a spare rim in the back of the truck and a round, one of those round grill grates. Throw a couple blocks inside the rim of wood and fire that sucker up. Throw the grate on top of it. You can cook anything, anywhere, any place.
There you go.
You got a stove anytime you need it. Now, I'm not saying that I'm a hick who lives in the woods, but if I had to, I would set up to do it.
You were a hick that lived in the woods once upon a time.
Yeah. Anyway.
So y'all, thank you for being with us this week.
Yeah. This week, as well as every week, ladies and gentlemen, this show is brought to you by our businesses, which means that Gladys Business and I pay the bills around here to keep this podcast going. All right. We don't have many outside sponsors. All right. But if you'd like to be an outside sponsor, let's talk. You must be alcohol related or food related. But since our business pays the bills, we play a small commercial each week from our business, and we give a couple extra tips outside of that to make it last and give you guys to know. If you need help in these areas, we're here to help you. We're going to start with Gladys because she's the lady, and we're just going to play it first, and then she'll give it a little add-on at the end.
Welcome to Insurance by Design, the expert in crafting tailored employee benefits packages, working with both your English and Spanish-speaking staff. Led by the acclaimed Gladys Boutwell, we're licensed to serve you in Oregon and Washington. Gladys brings a wealth of expertise with an MBA in international business and leadership, and is a certified insurance counselor. Honored for her contributions to Latino equity in Oregon, Gladys is also a best-selling author. Her book, Health Insurance Secrets Revealed, is revolutionizing how we understand insurance. With bilingual prowess, Gladys enhances communication, making insurance smoother and easier for all your employees.
And if they want to get a hold of you?
You want to go to Get on My Calendar so we can talk about how you can attract and retain quality staff and become employer of choice. Go to enrollnoworegon.com. That is my calendar link. If I cannot help you, I will find a broker that can. So get on my calendar, y'all. And this is my co-host.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, from Tim.
Is your website attracting the traffic and engagement it deserves? At SimpleEasyWebsites.com, we specialize in transforming ordinary websites into extraordinary experiences. Our experts know what it takes to make your online presence stand out and succeed. Gain valuable insights and tailored strategies with our professional website review. Don't let your website be just another page in the digital world. Visit SimpleEasyWebsites.com now and book your consultation today.
Yes, and you want to find out more about that, all right, my website is simpleeasywebsites.com. There is a spot on there for you to actually book a consultation with me. All right. Even this past week, I actually did a consultation with James Barber on how to fix something on his website, and his coding was probably 15 years old, but we still were able to find a way to make it work.
Nice.
So James is a great friend of mine, and I'll always do a shout out to James Barber. So other than that, ladies and gentlemen, all right, we will remind you, please subscribe to our podcast wherever you can. This is the one I think I want. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, that's where we're all at. In the meantime, guess what? I finished one of them. Guess which one I finished?
The first one? Oh, of course. You're the one you enjoyed the most, which was the Q one.
Yep. That one's gone. But I still have the other one here. I'm going to finish this one. So
I was going to say your jarritos. Go with jarritos.
We will use this one here to finish up the week, finish up the calls, ladies and gentlemen. We will see you guys next week. All right. I think we're doing something right. We're going to do another beverage with 3 tasty ways to mix with that one. Come join us. Have a great week, guys. Cheers.